And I do want to thank everyone for joining and participating in Sierra Infosys webinar on pre-configured analytics dashboard, 30 minutes to improve business processes. In this webinar, we're going to showcase some of Sierra Infosys dashboards that we've created for specific industries as well as specific departments. And you'll see kind of the rich functionality and the ease of use and the plug-and-play features that we're going to showcase today. I do want to also bring to your attention, we actually have a capability to ask questions. There is a chat feature within the WebEx system tray. If you look at the top of your system, there's a chat feature where you can ask questions. We'll get to those questions at the end of the presentation. But once again, I want to thank you again for joining our webinar. I do want to introduce a colleague of mine. His name is Fasli Navi. He's actually the Director of Enterprise Solutions here at Sierra Infosys. And he has several years of experience, about, I want to say 13 to 15 years of experience in SAP, particularly in core SAP business analytics as well as application lifecycle management. And I want to go ahead and start by introducing Fasli and letting him start with the presentation. Fasli?
Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much for the introduction, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fasli, and I am going to walk you through 30 minutes of pre-configured analytics dashboards. This will give you an information about who we are, what we do, and how we are going to empower you with information, with actionable information from data that you have in your organizations. Now, very brief overview of who we are. We've been in business for about 10 years now. We've had very close relationship with SAP. We have co-developed some products. We also co-sell some products along with SAP. We are channel and services partners with SAP, so we are authorized to sell SAP products. We are also servicing SAP's contracts and SAP's customers ourselves also. Some of the areas that we feature that we have a focus on are essentially business analytics, mobility, and high-speed analytics with applications like HANA, for example. For the pre-configured dashboards, we have put together over 500 dashboards across industries and across lines of business. And what these help you to do is to hit the ground running, and it empowers you to quickly leverage the data that you have into actionable information. Now, as you see from the screen right now, you have information coming in from various sources, be they SAP, be they non-SAP. We pull in all of that information, all of that data, and that data is massaged. You have different options available based on where your data is coming in from. And then we bring it forward to the presentation layer, which essentially puts together different types of reports, ad hoc reporting facilities, and drill-down features with Business Objects Explorer, and high-impact visualizations with dashboards. So moving onwards, we have developed a framework for quick plug-and-play of these dashboards. Now, what that does is it shortens your time to market with your analytics solutions. It allows you to hit the ground running. It allows you to make use of your data and quickly transform that into information that you can use for your daily business decisions. Dashboards that we have are both operational and strategic in nature. So operational dashboards will be something that will tell you about the granular level of processes. Strategic information will be something that will guide you through the overall functioning of either a line of business or your entire organization. Now, as we have worked with various customers, with various industries and various lines of business, we have developed our own methodology that enables us to shorten your time to market. We are able to quickly assimilate the information that you have, your business information, and put it together in easily deployable solutions that will help with your analytics needs. Now, in this experience with a lot of our customers, we have identified key accelerators. These accelerators, once again, empower us and empower you to get to our answers to get to our solutions quickly, efficiently, without wasting time. Now, the objective of analytics is to identify and arrive at actionable information. The way to do it is to ask questions, and analytics, business analytics, and these dashboards are there to help you answer those questions. You have a question, you have to have the answer. As you go down in granularity, you are able to ascertain where in the business process or where in the functioning of the organization it is that you need to focus on either change or remedial measures. So the objective, once again, for business objects to be utilized for an analytics solution is because of the interactivity. It has the flexibility to assimilate information from various data sources. It can pick in information from SAP and non-SAP sources, put it together into actionable items that you can utilize for your business. Without wasting too much time, I would like to dive right into some of the dashboards, some of the pre-configured dashboards that we have. So this first dashboard that you are seeing on your screen right now is a dashboard that was developed for the apparel industry. As you see from the left-hand side over here, we have a scorecard. What this scorecard tells you is these dashboards have a lot of data running behind them, and sometimes it takes a minute or two to load that information. These are essentially embedded Shockwave files, and the way that these Shockwave files work is that it retains all the data that have been there as part of the dashboard itself. Pardon me, it's taking a little more time than it should. Okay, what you see right now in front of you is a dimensional view of your information. If you look at the tables on your right, you will see categorizations, the top 5 and the bottom 5 of, let us say, different categories, different articles, different stores. What this enables you to do is identify where you need to focus. What could be your key driving factors over a period of time? Based on this information, you can identify where your business needs to focus. This next dashboard that you're looking at now is a utilities dashboard. It talks about your billing, for example. Now it will give you information about billing for different areas, for different zones, and for different quarters. If you look at collections, for example, it will once again give you information about your collections over different periods of time. You have billing and revenue information as well. You can see, for example, what bills were dispatched, what were paid, and what was the revenue generated for this period of time. This allows you to gain granular information about your business. The information that you're looking at now is essentially power outage information for a utility. Now you see that on the top left-hand side, there is a line graph. If you are more comfortable working with a bar chart, this is something that can be modified on the fly. Now, as you see, there are power outage reasons. You have different reasons. As you mouse over these individual reasons, you can identify the different spread over a different period of time. Now you have, for example, here something about procurement. What this does is it gives you information about a utility, about generation, about capacity, and about spend analysis. If you, for example, look at the left-hand side, it will give you spend by category. So if you look at, let us say, water, it will give you information, quarterly information about the actual for 2011 and what is projected for 2012. You can also look at spend by suppliers. So if, for example, you have a list over here that identifies different suppliers, and when you look at it, It can give you information about the suppliers and what has the trend been over a period of time. What you're looking at now is an oil and gas downstream dashboard. This downstream dashboard enables you to gain more insight into your demand forecasting, price forecasting, volume and price, and associated KPIs that you have identified. This is for a customer that we have done, and these are KPIs that were identified by this particular customer that we put together for them. Now here is also another KPI list for a manufacturing organization. We have put together a number of information over here that you see from dashboards. You have the ability to look at a full year forecast, or you can look at year to date versus budget as well. This is some of the information that you can get from this dashboard. The next that you are looking at is now for manufacturing. This is information about sales. Now, you see, for example, over here, this is the overall analysis that gives you a higher level information about sales for a manufacturing organization. Now, if you are interested in finding more, you can drill down into different areas. This, for example, gives you information about Texas. You can look at different areas, different zones that you are covering, and put in this information. This next dashboard that we are looking at right now is an operational and financial planning. So you have category-wise information for cost of sales, for selling and administrative expenses, for operating profit, and you have the ability of either looking at it on an yearly basis or by comparison or by KPI analysis as well. What you're looking now at is an inventory management dashboard. It gives you product-wise information, and it also gives you a trend of how this has performed over a period of time. And from the left-hand side, you can look at daily consumption figures, for example. You can look at daily production controlling information as well. This is another dashboard over here that you see that gives you information about the stock at different warehouses. You can look at different warehouses, identify what is the stock in each of these warehouses. You can also look at different areas over here on the left where you can look at different states, different zones that you have categorized. What you saw till now were more of the operational level dashboards. Now, what we are going to show you right now is a CFO level dashboard. What this does for you is it puts together the entire information of the functioning of your organization. So if you look at the overall view over here, you can look at sales by segment for different units, for different identities that you have. You can look at operating income. You can look at units by segment for different units, for different organizations that you have. You can look at earnings per share as well. You also have the ability of going into details. You can look at, for example, what is the depreciation and amortization that I have over here over a period of time. You can also look at, let us say, for example, deferred income taxes. You can look at it over periods of time. Then what is another important factor over here is that you can look at briefly a what-if analysis. You see these slider scales. This will help you identify different areas where you could focus. So if your net sales, for example, are increasing, you can see how your overall growth is impacted by the change in your net sales. And you can see if, for example, your operating income goes down, you can see how your leverage over here gets modified. Now, these are some of the dashboards that we have put together for some of our customers.